Hello and welcome to Pirate News. I'm Maria Levandoski.
And I'm Michael Stamm. Today we'll give you the latest from across campus, tri-state area, and the globe.
We'll also have your Seton Hall sports update and the 5-day weather forecast for the South Orange area. Monsignor Jared McCarron has been named Rector and Dean of the Immaculate Conception Seminary School of Theology at Seton Hall. The Archdiocese of Newark and Seton Hall made the announcement Monday following a national search. Monsignor McCarron has served as the interim rector and dean since July 1st, and prior to that, he was an associate professor of systematic theology and the seminary's spiritual director.
Seton Hall has announced that an anonymous source donated $10 million to be directed toward the newly renovated University Center. Quote, "We are forever grateful for this overwhelmingly generous gift and for the many contributions to our ongoing efforts to enhance our campus infrastructure," end quote, said John Papasenos, Vice President for University Advancement. November saw the doors open on the new University Center, which included the removal of the Cove, with the addition of a Starbucks and several lounge areas for students to enjoy. Now we'll send it over to Matt Soetebeer with the Seton Hall Sports Update. Matt?
Hello, Pirates. I'm Matt Soetebeer. The Seton Hall Pirates baseball team recently played the East Tennessee State Buccaneers in 3 games from Friday, March 31st to Sunday, April 2nd, with 1 game played on each respective day. The Pirates went 2-1 in the 3 games and are looking to make a push to get over the hump as the year goes on. A statistic that'll catch your eye from those games is that a total of 27 runs were scored in the second game. The Buccaneers were victorious by a score of 17-10, and they scored 8 runs in the 7th inning alone. Speaking of 3 consecutive matchups, the Pirates softball team took on the St. John's Red Storm every day from March 31st to April 2nd. The Pirates went 3-0 and only let up a total of 3 runs throughout all the games. They won the first game by a score of 5-0, they won the second game 4-1, and they won the final game 4-2. However, the biggest storyline of the weekend from the softball team is that Shelby Smith became the 7th pitcher in Pirates history to strike out 300 batters. She joined that elite list during the second game against St. John's and has been playing at a high level all season long. The Pirates women's tennis team was challenged by Queens College on Friday, March 31st, and the Pirates came out with the win by a score of 5-2. 3 of the Pirates seniors were honored for the annual Senior Day, and that list includes Hiba El Khalifi, Arina Gumarova, and Aina Plana Ventosa. The match was a complete success, as all 3 of them were victorious in doubles. El Khalifi and Gumarova teamed together, while Plana Ventosa teamed with Emily O'Donovan. The Pirates are now looking forward to their match against the DePaul Blue Demons on Friday, April 7th. They are currently 6-9 on the year and looking to finish out their season strong. That will wrap up your Seton Hall Sports Update. Once again, I'm Matt Soetebeer. Now back to the desk with more of the news you need to know.
Thanks, Matt. A man was arrested Friday on allegations that he kidnapped and sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl in Union County. Officials say the girl was kidnapped while walking home from a movie theater in Irvington, where she was then driven to the 52-year-old man's house in Fanwood. The Union County Prosecutor's Office was notified by Essex County authorities on March 24th. Investigators say the kidnapping happened on March 17th and the assault on the 18th. Detectives identified the suspect and arrested him on Friday. He is charged with kidnapping and aggravated sexual assault, both in the first degree.
A man was arrested with over 1,000 rounds of ammo on North Carolina's A&T College campus last week, according to police. The man had brought several guns and other weapons, including knives and a crossbow, onto the campus and started threatening security guards. The man was taken into custody after, quote, chasing unarmed security guards on campus and making threats to law enforcement, the Greensboro Police Department said in a statement Monday. He was charged with multiple counts of possessing weapons and an explosive on educational property, along with carrying a concealed weapon, driving with a revoked license, and reckless driving.
St. Elizabeth University entered into a shelter-in-place yesterday after reports of a suspicious person outside the Morris County School. Parents were notified at around 10:15 a.m. of a potential active shooter situation. This turned out to be unfounded, but St. Elizabeth and other local high schools remained under lockdown. Fairleigh Dickinson University also entered a shelter-in-place. Police say they did not find the suspicious person, and it is unclear if there really was someone there.
South Orange Maplewood taps Paul Brubaker to head the school district's communications. Based on the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools Dr. Ronald Taylor, the South Orange and Maplewood School District Board of Education recently approved Brubaker's appointment as the district's multimedia communications specialist. The decision will officially go into effect on July 1st. Brubaker has an extensive background in media and communications and as a high school social studies teacher. He comes to the district as the former communications director of Patterson Public Schools, where he has worked since 2018. Now we'll send it over to Emily Flynn with your 5-day weather forecast for the South Orange area. Emily?
Thanks, Maria. Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Flynn with your 5-day weather forecast for the South Orange area. Today will be a cloudy day with the high being 55 degrees with the low of 51. Thursday will be a 71% chance of rain with the high being 81 degrees and the low being 47 degrees. Friday will be partly cloudy with the high of 63 degrees and the low being 37. Looking at the weekend, Saturday will be partly cloudy as well as a high of 57 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. And finally, Sunday will have a bright skies with high of 61 degrees and a low of 41 degrees. Have a good Easter break and safe travels. That will do it for your 5-day weather forecast. Once again, I'm Emily Flynn. Now back to the desk with more news you need to know.
After being indicted by a Manhattan grand jury last Thursday, former President Donald Trump arrived for his arraignment. Sources said Trump spent Monday night and Tuesday morning with his legal team at Trump Tower preparing, and also working the phones, speaking with aides and allies. He entered his not guilty plea himself, not through his lawyers, according to sources. Trump has been charged with around 36 counts, including felonies.
After a 3-week manhunt, Roy McGrath, former chief of staff for Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, was killed in a, quote, agent-involved shooting, as confirmed by the FBI. McGrath was on the run after being indicted in 2021 on charges of defrauding the Maryland Environmental Service of $233,647.33 after receiving a tip he was in the area. The FBI tracked his vehicle and performed a traffic stop. Neither attorney was able to provide any additional details, but investigators are trying to determine the circumstances surrounding his death and why shots were fired by the FBI. In an interview with CNN, McGrath's attorney Joseph Murtha said, quote, "I think it is important to stress that Roy never wavered about his innocence." That's going to wrap up today's episode of Pirate News. I'm Michael Stamm.
And I'm Maria Levandoski. Thanks for watching, stay safe, have a great day, and a wonderful Easter break.